Agtech's increasingly important on farm. It's providing new opportunities to collect data that we couldn't collect before because it was difficult to collect, or collect data that new sensors and new ways of collecting data are opening up those opportunities. And from that we can start to get improved insight and again look at finding that little extra bit that we can get out of the farm operation. This site allows growers to see what's coming through, so that will be either because it's a new technology such as an artificial intelligence enabled technology, or it might be a really well established technology but a technology that's used in a new and creative way to address problems that are occurring on farm or some pain points. The importance of trialling this tech is it takes that load off those early adopters to have to make those mistakes and spend the time on identifying what the challenges are and where that value can be obtained. So by having both the research occurring and days like this where we can make that research visible, it speeds up that learnings that a grower needs to go through to actually put it on their own farm.
Follow that mission, hitting the target weeds.
As technology tends to ramp up and speed up, we're faced every day with just, what's the right thing to use? There's so many options out there, and farmers can get a little bit overwhelmed with, comparing apples and oranges. If you're trying to integrate a technology solution into your existing production system or into your existing technology stack, there's going to be teething problems. You can almost guarantee it. And so what we wanted to do was test some of these things out and go through the process of how we use and implement and store data so that the farmers can learn from our mistakes rather than from them having to go through the pain themselves. The reason producers are starting to go down this path is because the technologies that we've been trialling are aiming to answer questions that will help them improve either their productivity or their profitability or their sustainability. And so as we go forward into the future, these drivers are going to become more and more important.
Agtech means a lot of things to a lot of people, and we've cherry-picked about this much out of a pool of about this much.
Some of the key successes that we've had out here has really been around irrigation and water management. We've set up a series of automatic and manual read rain gauges, and after every weather event that comes through, we go out and we read those rain gauges and come up with a heat map or a densogram of how much water fell on different parts of the farm, and it's really quite surprising to see how spatially varied that is. Then you accumulate that rainfall over a season and you get to see that some parts of the farm are receiving quite significantly more than other parts of the farm. Often on a farm we'll only have one rain gauge and we'll take that single reading as our point of truth, but the reality is the rainfall actually varies quite a lot across the space of the farm, and then that leads to other decisions, planting depths, varieties, times, and how much moisture you've got in the soil.
We've had water level sensors on dams, pumps like pump flows, irrigator sensors, we've had a suite of just new and emerging technology, drones and things, and it's been very helpful. And we're getting higher quality data through the technology, so our NDVI maps are higher quality so we can make better decisions probably sooner than we used to with traditional methods of software and satellite-based imagery, and managing time. Time and accuracy is definitely through the agtech adoption has been the two major key points.
Well, I think that technology is really important when it comes to farmers and farming in general. So having the chance to see different technology options, I think it's great. At the end of the day, the benefit of adopting technology is being as much as accurate as you can, reducing your cost and maximize your yield. And all this needs to be considered into a sustainable system for sure.
The benefits of some of these technologies is you can make more concrete decisions, but you can also do very specific things within the field at different times.
We've been really fortunate in this project to have the funding from GRDC and also the Southern Queensland and Northern New South Wales Drought and Innovation Hub. It's changing how we're engaging with what's happening on the farm. So the grower is still absolutely central to it, it's absolutely around their decision making. But what we're able to do with these technologies is find things that can assist the grower in either collecting the data faster or collecting more of it.
There's no doubt that Australian farmers are some of the best in the world. We've got some of the most difficult conditions, hands down. And so we really need to be at the forefront looking for where these gains can be made. We need to be able to make sure that we're using technology to make good decisions, to make sure that we're maximising productivity and therefore profitability.